In this example, we've been given some data regarding the life expectancy of men between the years 1960 and 2003. As you can see, in 1960, the average life expectancy for a male was about 66.6 years, whereas in 2003, it's about 74.8 years. What we're going to do is attempt to produce a linear model to represent this data. In this model, we're going to let X represent the number of years since 1900. So in the year 1960, X would be 60. In 1970, it would be 70, and so forth. First, we're going to enter this data into the calculator by pressing the Stat button and selecting Edit. We can enter it into any column that we like, L1, L2, L3. Here there was already some data entered in L1. One thing that we could do is place the cursor on L1, press clear, and then enter to clear out that column so that we could enter our data there. Or we may choose just to leave that data in L1 and simply put this data in L2 and L3, which I've already begun to do. So let's finish it out. For 1990, we're going to let X be 90. For the year 2000, X would be 100. And for the year 2003, X would be 103. Okay, so we have all of our X data in, and now for the Y data, we had 71.8, 74.4, and 74.8. So now we have all of our data reproduced from the original set of data that was listed here, except rather than write the year, we're only writing the number of years since 1900. Okay, the next thing that we'd like to do is look at a graph of this data. Right, so we're going to go to our Scatterplot screen, and I'm just going to select a different plot here. First, we want to make sure that that plot is turned on. Secondly, that we've selected the first type of graph. And thirdly, that we're using the correct X and Y list. Remember that we had the X data in column L2. So we're going to want to change this by pressing second 2 to get L2. Notice you'll see L2 written just above 2 here. And for the Y list, we want L3, so we'll press second 3 to get L3. The mark here seems fine. We'll leave it the way it is. And in my case, I actually happen to have another plot turned on, plot number 1. I'm going to go back to it and turn it off. There. Now, in order to view the correct window settings, there's a quick way to do this on the calculator. If you'll press Zoom and scroll up to option number 9, Zoom Stat, and press Enter, that will automatically adjust the window settings so that each of the data points we had entered earlier will show up in the window. Now, in looking at this data, you can see that it roughly falls in a straight line. And so we'll try to smooth it out and approximate it by a linear model. The way that we'll do that is to go back to the Stat menu. We'll press the right arrow key to go to Calc, and then we're going to select option number 4, Linear Regression. Here they will have y equals ax plus b. Notice that they use the letter A rather than the letter M to represent slope. Right, now we'll press Enter. We have to tell the calculator that we're using columns L2, comma, L3 for our X and Y list, and then we'll place another comma and go to the variable menu, go to our Y variables, select function, and select Y1 because we're going to want to copy the equation into the Y1 screen so that we can graph it later. Okay, once we have all those things typed in, we'll press enter, and the calculator automatically computes the linear model y equals ax plus b, where a has a value of approximately 0.205 and b has a value of approximately 53.6. If you press the y equals button, you'll notice that the calculator has automatically copied over ax plus b with the values for a and b filled in. Now if we'll go back to the graph screen again, you'll notice that it's graphing that line that we have there, the equation in y1, and it does approximate each of these points that we had plotted. This whole process is called linear regression, and the regression equation is this equation that we have listed here.